Hello guys, welcome back to Hatchfoot Economics. I am pumping out these videos. I know you guys want to hear more from me. We're talking about success and the black woman, but you're welcome to watch this, anyone, because I think the advice that we give is common sense. But I do want to talk about, getting successful as a woman of color or just as anyone who wants to get successful. One of the biggest things I'm going to tell you is about being versatile. And especially in today's world, even if you have a major and you're the best in your major, I don't care if you're a doctor, I don't care if you're a lawyer, I don't care if you're a nurse. You have to be versatile with your skills. You have to be able to diversify your talents. And the reason I say that is because you should never get your income from one place unless you're able to take that income and it has now been split up and it's living in its own space. And what I mean by living in its own space, let's just say you're a doctor, you make $100,000 a year, and you've actually managed somehow to take that 100,000 or a portion of it and invest it in stocks and bonds, or you open a wine cellar, or you open up a restaurant. So that money is living within itself, but it's starting to develop its own money identity. So it's different. But if you're a doctor and a lawyer, you're not impervious to the economy. You're not impervious to the market. So I always tell people of color to diversify your talent, and it's not that hard. I have a page called Hatchfoot Economics, and welcome to Hatchfoot Economics. And I constantly post jobs that don't take a big degree, that makes a lot of money. And I just feel like women of color, they don't explore. They just sit down and, I'm not getting hired. I'm not getting a job. So how long are you going to apply for jobs? How long are you going to just keep applying? Do you realize you can apply for 2-3 years and not get hired as a black woman or any indigenous, brown skin, Afro-Latina? You're just going to sit there forever. And also what kills me is that why are we so cut off from wanting to be rich? If you want to be rich and you never say it, I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. I want to be financially free. If you're scared to even say those words, how are you going to get there? It's ridiculous. So as a black woman, diversify yourself. If you're good with children, you could become a professional licensed babysitter on the side. If you like the night scene and you're in a big city and it's profitable, do your research. You could be a bartender or a traveling bartender. You can make money, occasionally. If you like to do events, you could be a wedding planner, an event planner. Use social media. There's so many things you can do as a woman, that you can make money on the side and then use that money to have its own life. I always say money life. That's my little nickname for when you start making money and you start investing that money and that money starts living in its own space, meaning that money starts making its own money. And that's the way you have to be. But I see so much as women of color that we're disconnected from that. Do you know you can work until you die? You can work until you die, meaning that if you don't have the proper savings, investments, economic plan, you can work till you die. And I'm not saying my economic life right now is perfect, far from it, but I am on the right path. And I want to make sure I never, ever, ever put myself into a position where I'm sitting across the desk from probably some white person who's analyzing me and I'm not going to get the job because I'm a black woman. And it's hilarious because Harvard Business Review, Harvard, you can look this up, you can pause the video, did a review on how diversity and inclusion things don't work. And I was like, what is this? Let me read it. So it's the Harvard Business Review. It's basically called Diversity and Inclusion. If you pause the video and you Google it, it should come up. And they did an extensive, beautiful review, nothing expected less from Harvard. And they said that if you're the only black woman amongst 10 white candidates, you're not going to get the job. If you're the only black woman amongst 5 white candidates, you're not going to get the job. You literally have to hope there's another black or Latina woman coming in for that same job, because then it doesn't look so odd. Like, just human nature, the one that sticks out looks wrong. And this is what it says. The one that's the odd person out looks wrong. I mean, this picture, if you're in China and there's 10 Chinese people interviewing for a job and there's one black person, it just looks odd. So it's not that we're trying to have biases. We're human beings before anything else. So I tell black women, get privy to the knowledge of what it means to be black and successful on other people's terms. And that's why you see in Forbes magazine, I believe 2000, 16, African American women and also Latina women were the highest segment people in terms of entrepreneurs. And the reason why that's happening is because they go out into the business world and they're getting shitted on. Or even if you get into the business world, it's not working. So diversify yourself. If you have questions, you can ask me. But there's so many majors. You can go into real estate on the side. You can do, and people who say you can't do real estate on the side, shut the F up. You can open your own Instagram. You can social media market yourself. You can, so I have done deals before I became a real estate agent, helping people find homes and stuff when I wasn't even supposed to, because it's social media. You gotta know how to market yourself. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat can all be ridiculously, incredibly, very lucrative ways to make money on the side. So if you don't know how to utilize that, it's hard. But if you don't want to learn, it's going to be even impossible. But you can do it. If you want to have any type of business, the internet is like a freaking gold bucket of things to do. So I'm going to just tell you, if you're a woman of color and you're looking for a job, diversify your search. Try to use any talent you have in a professional aspect. Babysitting, personal chef, event management, any talent you have that I haven't mentioned. If you're good with braiding here, and how do you do this? Invest in marketing. Go online on Facebook, take out an ad. Go on Instagram, take out an ad. Learn how to add the right people on social media so your networking grows accordingly, and it's people that are going to be complicit to your dreams. But you just can't sit down for month after month, week after week, applying for a job, because you're not going to get hired. And even if you do, why give anyone that power? Why give someone that power to, say yes or no to your dreams, or yes or no to your ambition? Literally, you have to wait for someone to say, okay, now you can work. You don't need to in this world. So that's what this video is about. Diversifying your talent, opening up your agendas, just taking a natural, healthy curiosity and seeing what's out there.